A finale. What in the world? Why would this be called a finale? It's just the Bulk the Beast challenge, right? The Bulk the Beast series. I had obviously moved on to something else, and this was really important. So how do you follow up after doing a crazy good video, spending a week to make it? How do you go even higher, even further, and say for the next challenge? Well, the first thing is most people don't even know the last episode I had of what I called this season or quarter was, it wasn't even a challenge, a food challenge anyway. It was to finish this. It was to go perform in the Samson. But within that video, it had a blend of everything that I had learned, all the skills that God had given me. And this is a very emotional video for me. So with the pizza challenge, it was fun to do with Marcus. So I kind of found a partner in crime, right? Someone to do large amounts of food and kind of crazy, right? If you ever check into this one, Marcus, and you get to this video, hit me up. Let's actually go to do that Mario's 26-inch and we'll tag team one of them. I think that's a better plan. Let's actually focus on making a fun video, talk about something interesting, maybe more of like say a chat about fitness or health or whatever. You know, I'm always down to eat food. I have a high appetite. And many people don't know that the challenge was within that, but that was kind of the whole point. There was no sequencing. I knew how to do sequencing, but I didn't put it in there because I wanted this to be a continuous video. And I actually had to shoot it every single day because all those little fitnesses, as I was progressing towards the end of the Samson, I just knew I needed the footage. And the hardest part is I was like, okay, I'm making all this footage, but I don't know the end point. With the video before, I kind of already knew the end vision. And did I know I was going to get all 50 protein bars down? Well, not 100%, but I was like, there's a high chance if I give myself 24 hours, I can get this many per hour and, work it. And then, believe it or not, I was still in misery, but I was able to do it. I was that confident. With this challenge, I had no idea how I was going to finish. And I think that's what makes this so emotional for me. And it made more sense with who I was. I was doing something I finally like to do. As I was making this episode and filming every day, trying to almost outdo the last video I did, which was a surprise. Something I was like, I can't believe I made this. Like, I just have had other skills in life, and this was not really one of them, was making content, making videos, and being artistic. It's just not my thing. It's never been my thing. The challenge within the pizzas, that's why it wasn't highlighted, just because I was moving away from that. And I said it at the very end, hey, I'm on to the next thing. Talking about nutrition, talking about fitness, talking about, life change, how to get started with dieting, how to shop, cook, and prep. That's what I like talking about and helping others with. It's more of my strength than, say, trying to eat a bunch of food, because I can really relate with anybody else. And yeah, I like to eat a lot, but there's not many people that are like that. And so even though I was following food challenges and I still enjoy them, from time to time today, here and there when I have time, this is when the whole channel changed. And this is when I knew that, I can't do challenges as a primary, say, means just because it's so miserable. And I had people comment like, man, you go through a lot of suffering. It's hard to watch. And it's like, well, it's kind of hard to do, but I'm still trying to get an audience. Thankfully enough, at this point, when I did that finale, I was like, you know what? At this point, it's not about grabbing more people. Let me just make what I need to make and focus on the vision, which was always from the beginning, which was to make some sort of nutrition series and education and helping people realize, that there's a lot of stuff out there that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's pushed on us, right? And it's just in culture, or, it's just so complex. The health and fitness industry is very complex, is the best way to put it. So I kind of wanted to simplify that for people and to help it make sense in their world, because you know what, there's different ways to be successful, and I've proven that. And now that I'm documenting it all, I'm showing you there's different ways to do it. And something else that started at this point, and I kind of knew I had to do, was this apocalypse diet. And it was something that was part of weight gain, but it's like, okay, in order to, say, have the credibility now, because challenges, I obviously wasn't grabbing people in. I was like, you know what? I need to do this transformation process again, just so I can have people do it with me. That was my thought at first, but really just to show them the thoughts and the process, not from a celebrity, not from a trainer, just from an average person, someone who's just going about, just a dad cruising through life, a husband, someone with a 40-hour week, just regular sedentary job for the most part. What is it like taking that transformation? As I'm doing these challenges, I'm like, okay, so I'm going to gain some weight and I can use the challenges to my advantage. Notice that I didn't really have that many challenges after this point, and there was actually very few, and we're going to talk about them here probably another day, just because I'm kind of running close to the time's running out for making these videos in here and at this sequence at this point in my life, because I got to get back to life tomorrow. I got other things to do other than make videos.